opportunity. They really set the standard for how we play each and every day. They are coachable, hardworking, and committed to one another. They are a true joy to coach, and we are on time so thankful for their time to meet and cannot wait to see what the Lord has in store for their lives. Our first honoree tonight is TJ Eskew, a graduate student from San Diego, California, and the Wheaton Bachelor's Degree Program in Military and Disaster Leadership. He is joined by his parents, Diana. Scripts, TJ has made an immediate impact in his debut season as a graduate transfer to Wheaton. He leads the Thunder in rebounding with more than 6 rebounds a game and is second on the squad in scoring with nearly 13 points per game. Askew was named the CCIW Player of the Week on January 9th and helping lead the Thunder to conference wins against North Park and Millikin, as he scored a season-high 19 points at home against North Park. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. T.J. Askew. Our next senior is Eli Considine, joined by his parents Nathan and Kristen Considine. Eli is a business and economics major from Portage, Wisconsin. Considine has played in 76 games in his Thunder career with 393 points, including a career best 190 points this year. He has played in all 20 games for the Thunder this season with career bests of 9 points and 4.4 rebounds per game. Eli set a career high with 22 points on Wednesday night of this week in Wheaton's win at Augustana. And earlier this season, he registered his first career double-double with 14 points and 10 rebounds against John Carroll in November. He distributed a career best 7 assists in January's home win against North Park and set a career high with 6 steals in Wheaton's December victory against Calvin. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. Eli Considine. Next, we have Tyson Cruikshank with Ryan and Darcy Cruikshank and his sister Sawyer. Tyson is in the Global Leadership Master's Degree Program in the Wheaton Graduate School after earning his bachelor's degree in economics from Wheaton last year. Tyson is a 3-time All-CCIW honoree, appearing in 115 games in his Thunder career, and he is on pace to set the school record for games played. He is 13th on Wheaton's all-time scoring list with 1,588 career points. He is 4th on the all-time list in three-pointers with 232 three-pointers. He is 7th on the career assist list with 373 career assists. And earlier this season, he became the first ever Wheaton player to be named to the D3 Hoops Team of the Week in back-to-back weeks. He is a 4-time CCIW Player of the Week honoree, including on December 5th and January 16th of this season. In last Saturday's win at Carthage, Tyson registered a career best 35 points. His career best 9 assists came last year in a home win against Millikin, and he grabbed a career high 13 rebounds at Augustana in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. Tyson Cruikshank. Our next senior is Daniel Garza, a business and economics major at Wheaton, hailing from San Antonio, Texas, with his parents Pedro and Denise Garza. Daniel has appeared in 23 games in his time at Wheaton, including a career best 10 last season, and this year he's appeared in 9 games for the Thunder. Daniel scored a career high 4 points in November of 2021 in a Thunder win against Ohio Wesleyan in the Lee Fund Classic. In December of 2021, he set a career high with 3 assists against Edgewood. Please welcome Daniel Garza and his parents to the court. Congratulations, Daniel. Next, we have Eddie Scott with his parents, Eddie and Montresa Scott. Eddie is a business and economics major from Bowie, Maryland. Eddie has played in 57 games in his Thunder career, including 20 games this season. Eddie has set career best this year in points, field goals, 3-point field goals, rebounds, steals, and assists. He established career single-game bests in December with 16 points and 6 rebounds and went against SUNY Oneida. His career best 4 assists has occurred on 3 separate occasions this season, and he recorded 2 steals last year against Lake Forest. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eddie Scott. The final men's basketball player we honor tonight is Andrew Williams, a business and economics major from Fishers, Indiana. He is joined by his parents, Jess and Tracy Williams. Andrew has appeared in 64 games in his Thunder career with 309 career points and 173 rebounds. He has set career highs this season with 9.3 points and 4.6 rebounds and nearly 2 assists per game. Andrew scored a career high 18 points last Saturday at Carthage. His 5 assists earlier this season at North Park also established career highs. He has collected a career best 7 rebounds on 5 different occasions in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Hoosier State's own Andrew Williams. Additionally, tonight we would like to honor the team manager, David Pruden. He is a political science major from Detroit, Michigan, that plans on attending law school following graduation. He is joined by his parents, Ptolemy and Tasha Pruden. Associate head coach John Pander says of David Pruden, "When David inquired about our need for a student manager this season, my only concern was we were losing one of our biggest fans. He has been an incredible addition to our team this season. He is enthusiastic, hardworking, and humble, which are the traits you need in a great student manager. His contribution to our program has been absolutely off the charts." Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. David Pruden and his family. And let's give our seniors, this amazing class who's accomplished so much, let's give them one last round of applause. Thank you, seniors. Thank you for everything.
I think one of the fun things about deciding where to go to college is that all of your peers are in kind of the same place. Remember, other people have done this, other people have gone before me and will come after me and are going through it with me now, but it's not as isolating as it may feel. I didn't really know what I was looking for at first. It started with me just scrolling through website after website of colleges. I knew I wanted something that was medium-sized, I knew that I wanted a strong natural sciences department. I knew that I wanted to be challenged academically inside the classroom, but I also didn't want life to stop in the classroom. I'm grateful that I was able to visit as many schools as I did. A large part of my decision to attend Wheaton was influenced by my campus visit. What instantly stood out to me was that everyone on campus was smiling. I felt welcomed, I felt appreciated, seen, and wanted. And so the application process itself was really joy-filled. The decision process was quite a different story. I got the decisions and acceptances and rejections back, and rejections stung. I became very stressed. I started to question, do I want to keep going to school? Do I want to go far? Do I want to come closer to home? And that's where I really started to ask, okay, what are the options remaining before me? And Wheaton was again at the top. I started to work with Ellen, my admissions counselor. I just worked with her really closely and had several hour-long phone calls just talking through what does a Wheaton education look like, what is the value of a Wheaton education, and got to have personal conversations and interactions. So even during a time that was really stressful, I felt valued and seen as a whole person rather than just a GPA and test scores.
And now the starting lineups. First, For the visitors from the Millikin University, Big Blue. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore out of Bloomington, number 3, J.T. Welch. At guard, a 6'3" junior out of St. Louis, that's 5, DeMarcus Bond. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore out of Casey, that's 23, Noah Livingston. At forward, a 6'5", sophomore out of Lincoln, 35, Landon Hullinger. And at forward, a 6'8" senior out of Farmington, that's 50, Cole Lawrence. The Big Blue are coached by Kramer Soderberg, who's assisted by Dorian Hobbs, Tom Noonan, and Macklin Snyder. And now, Wheaton College fans, on your feet, the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. At guard, a 6'3" senior out of Fishers, number 2, Andrew Williams. At guard, a 6'3" senior out of Bowie, number 3, Eddie Scott. At guard, a 5'11" grad student out of Thunder Ridge, number 13, Tyson Cruikshank. At guard, a 6'5" senior out of Portage, number 22, Eli Considine. And at forward, a 6'7" grad student out of San Diego, number 23, T.J. Askew. Wheaton College is coached by Mike Schauer, who's assisted by J.P., John Panner, and Mr. Zach Kwam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King Arena for Wheaton College's own senior night. If you missed the festivities just a few minutes ago, the Thunder gave a great tribute to the seniors on their men's basketball team, who will be tipping off in just a moment here against the visiting Millikin Big Blue. Both teams, Wheaton and Millikin, that is riding a 2-game win streak into tonight. Millikin right above the 500 mark. Wheaton, meanwhile, has continued on a hot stretch after dropping one against North Park a few games ago, winning the next 2 and holding on to a number 8 spot in the country. It's going to be a great night of basketball in front of a raucous home crowd here in King Arena. Considine loses the tip. Millikin will start with the ball. That was Cole Lawrence, number 50, who poked it away from Considine. Lawrence pass a little off, but his teammate able to corral. Rebound, Andrew Williams, and the crowd loves it. Eddie Scott now with the ball. Offense moving quickly here for the Thunder. TJ Askew now. Handoff, Tyson Cruikshank. Now Eli Considine with it. Back to Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams in the starting lineup tonight for Nick Chiavello. TJ Askew now with it. Askew driving in against contact. Almost gets the and one to fall, but instead he's going to go to the line for 2.
With Cole Lawrence guarding Askew, I mean, he has to take him off the dribble every single time. Askew's so much faster and a little smaller than Lawrence, so it allows him to easily go by him, and now he's a chance to open up the game with 2 free throws.
Askew makes the first look easy. The second one off the back iron. So the Thunder open up the scoring here in King Arena tonight with just a single point off of a free throw from TJ Askew, and the Big Blue with a chance to respond here. This is Nate Strotter with the ball in his hands. Now to DeMarcus Bond working against TJ Askew. Back to Strotter. Cole Lawrence now down low. Lawrence tries to back down Eli Considine, and Considine, it looked like he stood strong, but the referees call a foul there, and the Thunder fans not happy with that call.
Yeah, it's a hard call to make in front of a ruckus home crowd tonight, but that matchup down low between Lawrence and Considine will be a pivotal one if the Thunder want to get a lot of defensive rebounds and keep Millikin off the offensive boards. Millikin's also coming off of a huge win, upset at North Park, which makes North Park now second in the conference behind Wheaton. So that win for the Big Blue was huge to keep their CCIW tournament hopes alive and then get Wheaton in first place.
And with each passing game, the CCIW tournament inches ever closer. That will take place during the last full week of February. So just a few more weeks until we reach that point. TJ Askew now with the ball. Now to Eli Constein against Bond. Now Williams against Strotter. Eddie Scott now with it. Now back in the hands of TJ Askew. Askew working. Now to Eddie Scott. Shot clock under 10. Scott uses the switch. Scott has to pick up his dribble as he runs into contact, and the referees are going to call that one against Scott, and it's going to go right into the hands of the Big Blue.
If you're going to go full steam into Lawrence, you're going to bounce off a few feet. So unfortunate turnover for Wheaton, who has been struggling with turnovers in the past few games. So if they can take care of the ball tonight, that should eliminate a lot of uncertainty for a win.
Welch, using the screen from Lawrence, is able to drop in a very nice looking mid-range jumper, and that'll open up the scoring from the floor for the Big Blue, who now hold a 2-point lead, 3-1 here in King Arena. Tyson Cruikshank now to Eddie Scott. Down to Andrew Williams. He's down at his favorite spot, just underneath the basket. Nice pass out of it to Eddie Scott, who's open for three. That one just long, and Bond and Lawrence get a little tied up, but Millikin able to come away with the rebound. JT Welch now with it, using the screen from Lawrence. We saw this exact same motion just a moment ago. It's Lawrence now with the ball in his hands against Eli Constein. Lawrence gets it back out, and Askew interrupts the pass and is able to tip it into Wheaton's hands.
Yeah, no numbers on that fast break, so Tyson pulling it back out, but finding an extra pass right there.
Eddie Scott had a chance in the corner there, decided not to take it. Instead, give it to Tyson Cruikshank, and the team leader in three-pointers made and three-point percentage will surely prove true.
The starting lineup of all seniors, and Tyson opening up the scoring from the floor with a beautiful three from the corner. We could be looking for him to have a big night tonight.
That's good to see. Tyson Cruikshank gets started early. Thunder now 1-point lead. Strotter with it. Strotter looking. Lawrence now with the ball. Back to Strotter. Strotter defended by Andrew Williams. Strotter gets a shot up just outside the outstretched arm of TJ Askew. Lead back to Millikin. Andrew Williams now against Strotter. Nice pass to TJ Askew. Oh, almost got the athletic finish, but Lawrence was there with the defense, able to force TJ Askew into a miss. Welch using screens from Lawrence. Welch goes in, that one not even close, off the side of the backboard. Fast break here for the Thunder. Andrew Williams, hard contact! And Andrew Williams is gonna surely go to the line, get rewarded for taking a hard foul.
Eddie Scott doing a good job to get the ball ahead on the fast break, and Andrew bold enough to absorb that contact and try to get that layup to go, but he'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
And Andrew Williams is an excellent free throw shooter. Definitely not a guy you want to send to the line.
And he's shooting 77% on the year. I believe that's 3rd on the team.
Behind only Tyson Cruikshank and TJ Askew, if I remember correctly.
Eli Constant's at 84, so he's leading the team. He's been shooting really well the past few games and in clutch moments too, especially the last game that they had against Augustana with a game-high 22 points from Eli Constantine.
The Thunder are going to get some subs here. Eddie Scott will take a seat, and in for him is Nick Chiavello. So Chiavello will get an early run after not being in the starting lineup for tonight's contest, but in the game already. Millikin also made some moves. Cole Lawrence, their big man, is out, and Millikin not able. That shot short, but Millikin collects the long offensive rebound.
What a
crazy sequence here. The Thunder keep it alive. Andrew Williams with the ball again. Andrew Williams, and that's going to be another foul against Williams. He's going to get 2 more shots at the line. What a chaotic sequence here, but Askew kind of just palms the ball over to Andrew Williams across the floor, and Williams just takes some contact as he goes up. And
yeah, quite the sequence there of events, but Wheaton will head back to the line.
I think pretty much everyone on both teams got a hand on the ball at some point in the last 10 seconds. Andrew Williams makes the first.
It was good effort by Welch there to try to keep the ball in, but it's really hard when you're trying to save it on your own end. Can easily lead to a transition bucket for the other team.
Andrew Williams cannot drop in the second, so 1 at the line for him. Thunder now with a 2-point lead over the Big Blue, 7-5 here in King Arena. Nice move there from Noah Livingston, the sophomore guard, going to work against Tyson Cruikshank.
Although these guards are quite undersized compared to Wheaton, they utilize a bunch of pump fakes and fadeaways, trying to create some space or create some contact.
Eli Constein now with it, off the handoff. Now to Tyson Cruikshank, excuse me. Eli Constein goes in and gets that pass deflected, and it's rebounded by Frazier Ott. Millikin slowing down a little bit here. It's JT Welch sizing up. He's guarded by Chevello. Down low to Frazier Ott, who gets in an easy layup.
Yeah, he sealed him off there, and it's an easy lob pass to a taller player. We're going to see Connor Braun come in to help out in the bigger matchups.
Thunder now down 2. Chevello gets it to TJ Askew to Andrew Williams, who's going to uncork a 3, and that one no good. Just a little too strong off the release. JT Welch, guarded by Nick Chevello.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. Usually Chevello will be guarding a more 3-size player, a little more forward position, but he's guarding Welch, who's a much smaller guard.
Strotter now with it. Down low to Ott. TJ Askew is there to interrupt. Great work from TJ Askew there, playing great defense and not fouling.
Yeah, that's a great rotation by Askew to sense the pass coming and able to help out. Great
wow,
finish by
what
Tyson.
A finish. Tyson Cruikshank already putting on an early show here in King Arena. 9-9 tie game. JT Welch. This is Stevenson now with it. Stevenson to the corner for Livingston. Livingston gets around Tyson Cruikshank. Wow. Oh, Livingston, what a finish. Going back and forth. TJ Askew goes up and hard contact against Askew from Strotter.
Looks like Askew they got the ball and Askew's face on that. We'll see the replay here as he goes up. Yeah, that's a clear foul, and Askew will go to the line for 2 more free throws.
The Big Blue have been playing physical defense underneath the basket so far tonight.
The 3 games that Wheaton has lost this year have been all due to physicality from the other team, and Millikin knows that, and they're going to try to use that to their advantage as they did against North Park on Wednesday. We'll see a whole new lineup basically come in as we see 3 subs for the Big Blue.
We've also got 2 substitutions for the Thunder. Connor Braun, the graduate big man, and Micah Schneiders, the transfer guard, will be in for the Thunder. This is Jaden McLean on the floor for the first time, and that's going to be an offensive foul. McLean just throwing his shoulder into Tyson Cruikshank.
Yeah, pretty clear there, just lowering the shoulder, trying to bump him out of the way as Tyson was putting a lot of ball pressure on him. It's not what you want to see early in the shot clock if you're Millikin.
Nick Chevello gonna inbound, and he gets it to Tyson Cruikshank, who's working against Bond. Now Micah Schneiders with it, guarded by McLean. Back to Tyson Cruikshank, now TJ Askew with it. Askew a little bit more size over Stevenson, and Askew just gets tied up a little bit there, and that's gonna be a reaching foul there on Stevenson. He just got a little too greedy there with his hands, you can see here.
Yeah, on the rip through from Askew, you can see his hands are pretty down low. Yep, they'll call that every day of the week. 6 early fouls from the Big Blue. 1 more foul and they'll be in the bonus for the rest of the half.
Micah Schneiders taking the ball. Hand off Tyson Cruikshank. Tyson thought about shooting it there, but instead gathers his dribble. Micah Schneiders for 3. That one's short. Rebound, Connor Braun. Oh, that one knocked away by Bond, and it's going to stay with the Thunder as Bond was not able to corral and instead just kind of hit it out of bounds and almost had a body over the scorers over the table there for a second.
Millikin averages just under 7 steals per game, so they have a lot of active hands, which we've seen early on in this contest.
Nick Chevello, guarded by Trent Champagne. Now TJ Askew, mid-range jumper. That one no good, off to the left. Rebound, McLean. Jaden McLean taking the ball up again. Hand off to DeMarcus Bond now. It's now Trent Champagne with it. Now down to Ott. Back to McLean. McLean gets it to Bond. Passing around the arc. This is Champagne. That one no good. Rebound, TJ Askew. Tyson Cruikshank guarded by Stevenson. A little bit of switching here on defense for the Big Blue.
Yeah, they'll call it
travel. That's going to be a travel against Tyson there.
Yeah, unable to get the ball on the court before his feet moved. So that'll be the third turnover for the Thunder tonight. We see Eli Considine come back into the game for Askew, keeping a bigger lineup on the court with Scott and Williams both being out. Cruikshank really the only true guard on the court.
McLean using the speed to get down low, but no good. Eli Considine collects the rebound. Tyson Cruikshank now working against McLean. Now to Micah Schneiders, who's guarded by Champagne. Back to Eli Considine now. Considine's got cutters. Now Nick Chavella with it against Bond. Tyson Cruikshank pulls up for three. That one is good. Tyson Cruikshank with a quick trigger. An easy 3 points for the Thunder.
And he stays perfect from the field early on in this first half with a deep three right there. That'll be a kick ball, passing into the foot of Considine. Good job by Wheaton to get in the passing lanes early.
Tyson leading all scorers currently with 8. Bond will inbound. It's Travis with it. Now Bond working against Nick Chavella. Bond pulls up. Short jumper's good. We're going to get a timeout here.
Oh, no, they're going to wave off the timeout. I think Coach Soderberg wanted one right after the bucket, but said, never mind.
So Tyson instead will take the ball up the court, working against DeMarcus Bond. Eli Considine now with it. Considine to Nick Chavella. Chavella goes up and is blocked by Champagne, but rebound by Connor Braun. Nick Chavella now with it again. Micah Schneiders working against McLean. Shot clock under 10. Tyson Cruikshank sizing up his defender. Tyson Cruikshank, that three no good, off to the right. Just a little too much on that ball. McLean will get a chance to take the lead. Now Champagne with it, working against Tyson Cruikshank. Now DeMarcus Bond, who almost lost the dribble there. Stevenson able to collect it. Stevenson against Braun, back in the hands of Champagne. Shot clock at 10. Champagne collects his dribble, almost created separation there. Instead, now Travis with it, going in against Considine. Travis, no good, but rebound Bond, and Bond puts up an easy layup after the offensive rebound, and now we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, that's just not good boxing out by Chavella underneath. Bond was able to get an easy second chance look right under the rim. Wheaton struggling early to get something going. Down 2, just under 11 minutes left to go in this first half.
Yeah, we've already had 7 lead changes, in this one, and we've not even played a quarter of the game. So definitely, like you said, Dalton, a back and forth affair so far.
This Millikin team plays really different than any other CCIW team in the conference. I mean, their offense is can somewhat be disjointed in a sense, but they always just kind of like to disrupt whatever the team is doing offensively and just try to create some new looks on the defensive end as well. I mean, they did that in North Park, and they've done that most of the season as well, but not in their favor since they're only 4-8 in the conference. But with that big win against North Park on Wednesday, they keep their hopes alive to make the tournament.
We'll see what the Thunder have coming out of this timeout. Andrew Williams, Eddie Scott back on the floor for the Thunder. So we've got our original starting lineup for the Thunder back out here.
Yeah, I'd like to see them try to work the ball in the post a little bit. They have some mismatches, especially with the smaller Millikin guards. If you can get Eddie Scott, who's just really strong, and then Andrew Williams, who's so crafty around the post, if you can try to get it inside and then either kick it out to wide open shooters like Eli Considine or Tyson Cruikshank, those could be great looks for a little bit in and out looks.
Tyson Cruikshank now against Bond. Cruikshank looking, gets it to Eli Considine, hand off to TJ Askew. Askew going in, loses his dribble, but jumps on it, and after a crazy sequence, the Big Blue come away with it. Champaign, nice passes. Travis puts it in. Great teamwork there from the Big Blue on the fast break. That's going to be a 4-point lead for them, their largest of the game.
Yeah, Wheaton needs to stay disciplined and keep control of the ball. They're being a little loose with it early, which gives them 4 turnovers on the night.
Tyson Cruikshank now with it against Bond again. Eli Constein against Travis. TJ Askew now with it. Shot clock under 10. Eddie Scott uncorks a 3, and it's good. Eddie Scott with a well-timed 3-pointer to bring the game within 1.
And Eddie Scott's been doing a great job shooting from deep this year, just under 40% from 3, so he's not someone you want to leave open, and he can create a lot of deep looks from 3 as well.
Champaign uses his own dribble, pulls up and drops in a clean mid-range jumper to give the Big Blue a 3-point lead.
It's a good contest, but just better offense by Champaign right there.
Askew now to Andrew Williams. Eli Constein now with it. Now to TJ Askew. Tyson Cruikshank now with it against Bond. Uses the screen from Askew. Askew sizing up the defense, driving in, kicks it out to Eddie Scott. Eddie Scott, other side, 3-pointer, no good. That one just short. Rolls over the rim, and the Big Blue have a chance here to build their lead. Hand off to Champaign, who thought about pulling the 3 there for a second, but decided against it. Now instead it's Travis in the corner with it, driving in against Considine. Tries to get a post look, but instead it's Bond who's going to go in and get an and 1.
And Bond was able to just sneak by Scott. Scott kind of just lost him there on that cut. Then Askew came over and just hit him on the wrist as he was going up.
Bond had a few words for the Thunder fan section after that one. He's going to get a chance to give his team a larger lead here on the free throw. And he drops that one in.
Big Blue are up now 6 on the home team, the Thunder. Wheaton needs to find an answer on the offensive side.
Nick Chavello with it. Hand off. Eli Constein working. Hand off to Tyson Cruikshank. Now Tyson going in. Gets it back to Eli Constein. He's got an open 3. That one no good. Rebound by Lawrence.
That's a great look though. Cutting in, driving and slashing, and then finding the open shooters around the arc.
Now Champaign, who just was not on the same page as Travis.
A little miscommunication. Travis wanted to cut to the other side of the hoop, and Champaign thought he was going to pop out to the short corner.
You know, Dalton, I agree. I really liked what we saw in that last offensive possession from the Thunder. They really controlled the pace of that offensive possession, and so far the Big Blue defense has been able to kind of dictate what the Thunder do on offense, as TJ Askew is not able to drop in that 3-pointer. So after some early makes from Tyson Cruikshank, the Thunder have gone ice cold from the 3-point line. Welch, Bond down to Lawrence. Easy 2 points for Lawrence. The Big Blue are on the same page so far tonight, and they are up to an 8-point lead over the Thunder.
Yeah, it's just a really hard matchup for Constein right there, and Coach Shower is definitely disappointed in the way that his team is playing. They came out with a lot of energy, and now they're just kind of looking a little flat in these last few minutes of the game. Millikin is just riding high off of a big win on Wednesday and just continuing to put the pressure on the Thunder tonight, showing them that they're not afraid of the 8th team in the country.
Still a lot of game left to be played, and we've watched the Thunder enough this year, Dalton, to know that they often play much stronger in the second half, and that's what all the Thunder fans are hoping for tonight. But like we've said so far, the Big Blue have just been able to control the script of this game.
Yeah, in the last game at Millikin in Decatur, Illinois, the Thunder were down 6 at halftime and then proceeded to outscore Millikin by 10 points in the second half to win by 4. So hopefully that they don't go down at half, but if they do, they are a great second half team. They are able to make really good adjustments in the locker room, as we've seen Coach Shower do time and time again. And definitely we can see Wheaton pull it out. Something about this Millikin team that's been good this year is they lost their best player, Calvin Fisher, last year. He was a second-team all-conference player. But guys like JT Welch and Drake Stevenson have stepped up big. Welch only averaging 7.5 points last year, averages 13.4 this year. So he's been a heck of a player for the Big Blue.
Champagne to Bond. Thunder turned it over on their offensive possession. Bond to Lawrence. Lawrence now to Travis. Travis back to Bond. Rotation here from the Big Blue in the hands of Champagne. Now JT Welch, and that's going to be a turnover on the Big Blue.
Well, they're calling for an illegal screen. I believe Travis kind of just slid and bumped Andrew Williams as he was going around the screen. A lot of turnovers early on, 10 total turnovers for both teams.
Yeah, both teams just playing with a lot of energy right now, but some of that is just getting a little too out of hand. Nick Chavello now with it for the Thunder. Eli Constine gets it to Andrew Williams, who's outside the three-point line. TJ Askew sizing up Lawrence. Askew able to get past him, and it's going to be a
foul on Lawrence. They'll call him shoving Askew out of bounds. It's right around the block where he just gets bumped a little bit.
Yep, and you can see on the replay there, Lawrence just had his left arm kind of in the small of TJ Askew's back and just giving him a little too much contact there along the baseline.
Now Wheaton's going to be shooting for the rest of this half.
And that is something that Thunder are going to need to take advantage of because they can get them back in this one as Askew misses the first.
It's their fourth miss of the night from the free throw line. And Askew, who's a good free throw shooter, needs to be making those if he wants to get the Thunder back in this game.
Wow, almost a highlight level finish. TJ Askew now with it. Now to Tyson Cruikshank, who goes along the baseline, but Cole Lawrence gets his hands in there, and the Big Blue have a fast break. Bond loses it, almost out of bounds. Now back to Bond. The Big Blue regrouping here. Lawrence calling for the ball.
Yeah, they're going to look down there. They got to send a double because this is just not the right matchup for Chavello.
Yeah, Chavello just does not have the size and able to force a miss though, and Lawrence took some contact down there, but no call from the referees. Eli Constine, wide open three. That one is good. Eli Constine, well-timed three-pointer to bring the game within 2 for the Thunder.
We're going to get a ref's time here as we see Lawrence heading to the sideline. Looks like he got poked in the eye at some point, but
I believe
a great look there by Constine in transition. He's been shooting it well from deep this season and continues to do that tonight.
JT Welch will have the ball for the Big Blue. In place of Lawrence, the Big Blue will insert Ott into the lineup.
Welch looked like he was ready to pull from about 4 feet behind the arc right there.
Champagne with it and got a violation along the baseline, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on Braun as they were fighting for position in the paint.
Braun and Ott are sharing a laugh after that. I think they both realized they were just getting a little too tangled up with one another. Champagne off the inbound scores on an easy layup.
And that wasn't off any screen. It was just a simple backdoor cut.
Yep.
And Tyson just got beat.
Connor Braun now with it against Ott. Chavello now against a much smaller Welch.
He's got to go to work there.
Yep, Chavello got to take advantage. Chavello, after a few bounces, no good. It looked like it was going to go in for a second there, but instead, the Big Blue escape. JT Welch goes up, and Welch not able to finish. And the Thunder able to corral after the ball almost went out of bounds on them. Eli Constine now with it. Constine working. Constine spin move, tangled up down low, and one for Eli Constine.
The Big Blue are calling for a travel, which he might have gotten away with one there as his pivot foot kind of slid. But I think that was more due to the contact instead of the travel, so he'll go to the free throw line to earn 3 points the hard way. And Constantine doing everything he can to get this team back in the game and get the energy back up in this building.
Constantine off to the right.
Wheaton now 5 of 10 from the free throw line. These are just free points they're missing out on, especially being in the bonus with 5 minutes left to go in this half.
McLean lost Schneider there, but gives it to Bond. Bond against Eli Constine, and Bond's going to pull up. He used that move earlier, and he is good on it again.
Yeah, you got to have a hand right in his face, and it was still a good contest, but Bond's just able to elevate over Constantine.
Tyson Cruikshank to Connor Braun. Braun back to Cruikshank. Micah Schneider's now. Far side, now Nick Chevelle. Connor Braun thought about shooting it there for a second. Tyson Cruikshank, shot clock at 10. Tyson looking. Tyson hounded by the defense, finds his man down low. Eli Constein goes up and nothing there. Good defense from the Big Blue.
He shouldn't be pump faking there. He needs to go right up, and he's so much taller than the defender, so he just needs to go up strong right away, not wait around.
Champagne's three is blocked by Tyson Cruikshank.
Wheaton's giving up way too many offensive rebounds and second possessions for the Big Blue right now, letting them reset.
Shot clock at 5.
Blocked
McLean
again.
blocked this time by Chevello. Good defensive sequence there for the Thunder. Tyson Cruikshank, three-pointer. That one off to the right. So the Thunder continue to stay cold from three-point land.
Yeah, a bit of a force there by Cruikshank, just shoving it a little bit instead of getting the ball up in the air, just kind of pushing it, trying to get the ball to the basket.
McLean now with it against Schneiders. Now JT Welch against the larger Chevello. JT Welch, nice pass to Champagne, who gets it to Ott. Ott goes up, and he's fouled. Ott looked like he was trying to throw that one in, and Ott's got a tongue out in celebration of that one. And the Big Blue just on the offensive side of the ball have just been a step ahead of the Thunder all night.
Yeah, Wheaton just continues to be one step behind. Millikin keeps driving baseline or driving into the middle and just being one step ahead, draws the second defender to come, and then the guy that the defender left just cuts to the hoop and has an easy layup.
Thunder now down their biggest margin tonight, down by 9. Ott has a chance to extend that, and Ott misses, so.
Another offensive rebound by Bond.
JT Welch, three-pointer, no good. TJ Askew collects the rebound. The Thunder finally able to get a chance here on the offensive end. Cruikshank hounded. Eddie Scott thought about shooting it, and he does after a pump fake, and that one's well short. Rebound, JT Welch.
A couple sloppy possessions for the Thunder. They need to start working the ball around, realize that they have a full 30 seconds to work with. They got to try to cut in, use some off-ball screens to get some guys open.
JT Welch, strong finish over the defense.
The Big Blue have sucked the life out of King Arena tonight. Welch not afraid to go up against a bigger defender. Beautiful angle off the glass. He's developed into a heck of a player this year.
The Thunder offense has just sputtered to a halt. Just 21 points so far in this first half. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to play, and the Thunder have definitely had chances. We've seen quite a few forced shots from the three-point line, but something that I think we're going to be talking about as this game continues is just their miscues at the free throw line. The Big Blue have given the Thunder a lot of opportunities to chip away at this lead with the Thunder's chances at the foul line, but they just haven't been able to convert on many of them.
Yeah, it's the simple things. It's the free throws. It's also, not being strong with the ball and some lazy turnovers from the Thunder as well. So if they can just clean up just some simple things and just get back to playing some solid basketball, it shouldn't be an issue for the rest of the game.
Thunder are going to have a chance here. Still with just under 3 minutes to play, that's plenty of time to try and chip away at this 11-point lead.
Yeah, they just need to get some encouragement going into halftime. If they can just, go on a little run here, a little 10-0 run or something along those lines in these next 3 minutes, that'll be huge for the Thunder and this crowd to get back into this game. We'll see Millikin apply some pressure in the backcourt. Just a soft press.
Eddie Scott against McLean. Now Andrew Williams. TJ Askew now with it to Tyson Cruikshank. Eddie Scott is wide open for three. That one well short, but Andrew Williams collects the rebound, and Andrew Williams puts it up, but not able to get it to go, and we've got
off of Travis's foot.
Yep. Going to stay with the Thunder.
Scott kind of bobbled that ball when he first caught it and then tried to regroup and just miss short. He'll come out as Nate Sock will check in for the first time tonight.
Nate Sock's provided valuable minutes for the Thunder when he's been called upon. He'll look to do that tonight. Tyson Cruikshank, nice move through the defense. TJ Askew now with it. Askew to Eli Constein for three. That one just a little too strong off on the far side of the rim.
It's the 15th three the Thunder have taken tonight, so they're trying to live and die by it, it seems, this first half.
Shooting just 26% from the three-point line. Bond now with it for the Big Blue. Shot clock under 10. Travis with it. Travis sizing up the defense, trying to get past Askew, and Travis just
call travels. He did the
catches
splits right there.
Yeah, he fell, and he did do a little bit of the splits there. Impressive flexibility from Travis.
I know I would not be able to do that.
Nate Sockwell inbound for the Thunder. 1 minute, 48 seconds left on the clock here. Tyson Cruikshank with it. Thunder have gone scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds. They're going to look to break that seal now. Andrew Williams goes up, and that one is good. Andrew Williams with a beautiful touch around the rim to get the layup to fall.
If he was about 5 inches taller, he'd be one of the best post players in the CCIW, but even still at that height, he's a heck of a post player as a guard.
Big Blue uncorked a three, and that one's no good. Rebound, Andrew Williams is pushing the pace back up the floor. TJ Askew handoff to Tyson Cruikshank, who's tangled up there with McLean. TJ Askew off the dribble. TJ Askew throws down a thunderous dunk to cut more into the Big Blues lead.
And that's the exact moment you need a big dunk like that. The defender slips, no one around him. He can rise up and easily put it in with 2 hands. That'll get the crowd back into the game.
The football team's responding, the fan section's responding. This is a momentum shift the Thunder have been looking for. McLean to Stevenson. Stevenson handoff Travis. Travis going in. Good defense from the Thunder. It's going to be out of bounds on Bond.
Bond jumped a little too early there, and the ball came off the rim, hit him in the wrist, and just went out of bounds. Another good stop for the Thunder, making them work it down to the shot clock was over. You see the dunk there by Askew. Travis just kind of slipped on the baseline. That's about as easy as it gets.
Thunder now going to try and cut more into this 7-point lead that the Big Blue are holding on to. Tyson Cruikshank taking his time, a 1 second difference between the shot and game clock. Thunder going to take this one all the way down.
Yeah, Considine will most likely come and set a ball screen for Cruikshank to try to free him up.
Cruikshank loses his dribble there for a moment, gets tied up, double team. Eli Considine, shot at the buzzer, that one's short. So the Thunder will go into halftime down 7 against the visiting Big Blue.
Not the greatest last possession of the half, but we're getting a discussion here by the refs to see what's going on.
The Big Blue are saying that there's still
some time left
on the clock. Yeah.
I think they might have said the shot.
Yep.
Yeah, the shot clock went off.
You're right.
Before the final buzzer, so we're gonna add 1.6 seconds left to the clock.
So the Big Blue are just gonna have to heave it up here. JT Welch, long range.
Wow.
That one's
that would have silenced King Arena if that had gone in, but Wheaton will go into the locker rooms down 7, only 25 points that first half. Not the greatest showing 25% from the 3, 30% from the field, and then only 50% from the free throw line. So a lot to work on, a lot to get better, but they'll bring it the second half.
Yeah, folks, we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Stay with us for the second half of action tonight between the Millikin Big Blue and the home Wheaton Thunder, ranked number 8 in the nation.
I think one of the fun things about deciding where to go to college is that all of your peers are in kind of the same place. Remember, other people have done this, other people have gone before me and will come after me and are going through it with me now. It's not as isolating as it may feel. I didn't really know what I was looking for at first. It started with me just scrolling through website after website of colleges. I knew I wanted something that was medium-sized. I knew that I wanted a strong natural sciences department. I knew that I wanted to be challenged academically inside the classroom, but I also didn't want life to stop in the classroom. I'm grateful that I was able to visit as many schools as I did. A large part of my decision to attend Wheaton was influenced by my campus visit. What instantly stood out to me was that everyone on campus was smiling. I felt welcomed, I felt appreciated, seen, and wanted. And so the application process itself was really joy-filled. The decision process was quite a different story. I got the decisions and acceptances and rejections back, and rejections stung. I became very stressed. I started to question, do I want to keep going to school? Do I want to go far? Do I want to come closer to home? And that's where I really started to ask, okay, what are the options remaining before me? And Wheaton was again at the top. I started to work with Ellen, my admissions counselor. I just worked with her really closely and had several hour-long phone calls, just talking through what does a Wheaton education look like? What is the value of a Wheaton education? And got to have personal conversations and interactions. So even during a time that was really stressful, I felt valued and seen as a whole person rather than just a GPA and test scores.
Neuroscience is the study of probably the most unique organ on the planet, the human brain. What does it mean to be a human person? And then what does it mean to live the good life as a result of understanding that? Where a vast majority of the work is right now is helping cure neurodegenerative disease. Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and our National Institute of Health has been pouring money into trying to understand these diseases. There is a lot of hope for discovery that can really impact somebody's life. It's very easy for an undergraduate student to get involved in research. One of my more recent grads is working with one of the top spinal surgeons in the country, and because of his experience doing research here, he was able to just work his way right into that lab. A majority of my students go on to med school, but I had a physics student who is working for Tesla. We've had philosophy students, and we've had folks from the Bible and theology department come in and really press us hard to be precise about how we're talking about what it means to be a human person. A student in our conservatory here took one of my classes and did a project on the neuroscience of music therapy, and this whole world was opened up. She had a passion for both music and science, and she was able to combine them in a way that she just hadn't seen possible before being here. Any student that is just curious about themselves and the way that they work is going to be really well positioned to study the brain. Faith and science can coexist really well. The unique thing about coming to Wheaton to study neuroscience is the integrative nature of it. You are going to learn about how your brain works and how the cells work and how the neural circuits work, but we won't stop there. We will also teach you about your spirit and your soul and how that might interact with your brain to make you who you are. And so I hope that we're putting students out into the world that can answer the big neuroscientific questions, but then can also challenge their colleagues and their audiences to think deeper and to think more carefully about what it means to be a human person.
When you're looking at colleges, you may look at the sticker price and say to yourself, I'm not applying to that school because I can't afford it. And I would caution you to not close any doors because there is this price tag that is just out of reach. Cost is an important factor, but there's so many other factors to consider. At Wheaton College, we offer academic scholarships as well as Wheaton Grant, which is need-based aid from the college. So a student may receive scholarships in the range of $10,000 to full tuition. They may also receive significant Wheaton grant based on need, and we determine that, like most institutions do, based on the information that is found on the free application for federal student aid. Colleges aren't commodities. They're not all the same. And there'll be value questions that you have to ask along the way. There's value in knowing that Wheaton alumni have done very well across the board. That we have students from 50 states and over 160-year history. There's value in that. But I also think there's value in the fact that you will be with a group of peers who are excellent in their academic endeavors, but also who love Jesus Christ. You are not just a student who is performing well in the classroom, but that you are a person that has great potential to serve God's kingdom. You're going to be challenged to grow in your faith because you want to be tested and you want to understand what your theological non-negotiables are. So think about the community you're going to be a part of and how they're going to engage you. We want to challenge you to think about why you believe what you believe by people who will encourage you and motivate you. This is an investment that has strong return, not just for you in terms of career, but for you as a follower of Jesus Christ who will be called to great things. Let us work closely with your family. Let us find out more. We work with great expectation and with hope. We do not want to give up on your calling to be at Wheaton College.
Wheaton College Summer Institute is basically this 2-week event in which students from all over the world can participate. It does a very good job of integrating education, social life, and spiritual life into a very safe environment.
There's so many course offerings, from Shakespeare to music to visual arts to theology.
Each student picks a class and they really hone in on a specific subject.
And we're kind of getting a foretaste of the college experience.
So we're sleeping in the dorms and we eat in saga. It's the full experience, but only for a 2-week period.
And they give college credit. When looking at whether or not to do this, I was like, there's no downside.
You know, the schedule is incredible.
I've spent a lot of time in class, about 4 hours a day, but also a lot of time hanging out.
Then we're going for ice cream and we're going into Wheaton.
You enjoy it, you have fun, you get to meet new people.
And what I like about it a lot is that the people are so accepting. The people that will just take you as you are and won't criticize you or judge you.
The relationships I've built with people here have been really valuable.
Here, I'm always with someone, I'm always talking, I'm always having a great time, I'm always learning.
And at the same time, building that community with these people who are so different, with people from Colombia and Mexico and Texas and North Carolina, but we can all, find that kind of center of what we all believe and build relationships from that.
Wheaton College Summer Institute is a place where you will grow in your faith, meet very extraordinary people, and learn something you're passionate about.
It has the potential to be so formative that there's no way you shouldn't do it.
Someone who is insatiably curious will thrive in a Christian liberal arts environment. Being a Christian liberal arts student causes you to expect to encounter God and expect to encounter dialogue with other disciplines. I think it creates a posture of wonder, and that's just a great thing for every aspect of life. I was in Calc 1, and my professor was having us read through Romans 12 in Calc 1. And it really invited me to see God at work and to prepare my heart, even in those first few minutes of class, to recognize and say, God is here, and do I have eyes to see him? And do I have eyes to see the way that he's at work? They don't say that any discipline is off limits from God, or that God is off limits from any discipline. Wheaton really does prime you to be a very well-rounded student that's able to think about questions from many different angles, and not just provide a cookie-cutter answer, but really engage with content in a deep and meaningful and intentional way. I got one-on-one time with professors, and they not only cared about my studies, but they also cared about my spiritual well-being and about how I was doing personally. The opportunity to have professors that are spiritual mentors and have PhDs in Old Testament or quantum mechanics or poverty and international relations is amazing. And you get the opportunity to interact with so many other students of different disciplines that all love Jesus and want to love and worship him in what they do. And that's amazing too. And I love Wheaton. Wheaton invited me to dig deep into both the scientific learning I was doing and dig deep into my faith. I have grown in my ability to offer all of myself to the practice that I'm doing as an act of worship. That's what the Christian liberal arts can help form in you, is to do everything to the glory of God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King Arena for tonight's exciting CCIW matchup between the number 8 Wheaton Thunder and the visiting Millikin Big Blue. The Big Blue were dominant in the first half, using their defense and their high energy to just really discombobulate the Thunder, and that's why the Thunder find themselves in this position, down 7, as we're just a minute away here from starting the second half. Dalton, what is something that both teams need to do if they want to come away tonight with a victory?
Well, Josh, your dad texted you during halftime and said this Millikin Big Blue is a scrappy team, and that's exactly what they need to keep doing. That's a great word to describe them. If they want to win this game, they got to continue to force Wheaton into turning the ball over and into bad possessions, bad shots, which they've been doing this whole first half. Wheaton having 7 turnovers, shooting 30% from the field and 50% from the line. Just a poor shooting display from the Thunder. But if Wheaton wants to get back into this game, they really need to do a better job of just moving their feet and staying in front of the Big Blue as they drive to the hoop, but then also just try to get some easy looks early. If they can work the ball around, do some off-ball screening, and just try to get some good looks right at the rim and stop turning the ball over. That's a huge thing. I mean, Wheaton averages around 11 turnovers a game, and a team that averages around 70 points a game, only having 25 at halftime, is not good at all. So testament to the Big Blue for forcing Wheaton to play poorly in the first half. They just really need to step it up the second half on senior night if they want to come away with a win.
Tyson Cruikshank's going to start it off for the Thunder. Now TJ Askew, now to Nick Chiavello. Chiavello to Eli Considine. Now TJ Askew with it, guarded by Lawrence. Eli Considine back with the ball, handoff to Tyson Cruikshank. Tyson working. It's now in the hands of Nick Chiavello. Shot clock at 10. Chiavello working along the baseline. Chiavello kicks it out to TJ Askew, who's wide open for 3. That one just a little too long, and Tyson Cruikshank went up for the rebound against Cole Lawrence, and Lawrence with a solid near foot of height over Tyson was able to collect that one. Lawrence now with the ball still in his hands. Tries to get it to Welch and eventually does. Now back to Lawrence.
You're going to have to send somebody probably, unless Considine can force him to be under the hoop, as he does right there. That's great positioning by Considine. Force him to be under the hoop in a tough angle for Lawrence.
It's good to see that Coach Schauer trusts him as Tyson Cruikshank with a flashy pass and offensive rebound. Tyson Cruikshank, it doesn't matter that he's one of the smallest players on the court. You've got to anticipate him going up to meet the defense and scoring.
He's a sneaky athletic player.
Lawrence trying to back into Considine again, decides against it. This is Livingston with it. Livingston creates space. That one's good. Nice jumper for number 23, Noah Livingston.
Livingston was able to use that ball screen really well to get the switch onto Askew, and able to create a lot of space with the step back.
Chiavello now to Askew. Askew to Andrew Williams. Now Eli Constein guarded by Bond. Constein tries to create space, gives it to Tyson. Now Nick Chiavello with it. Shot clock at 10. Big Blue not giving the Thunder any easy shots. Tyson Cruikshank pulls up for three.
And they get called for the foul.
Yeah.
You see here on the replay, he's kind of just had to hoist one up with 3 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to call that on the arm. But nonetheless, Tyson will head to the line for 3.
Looks like they did call it on the arm there. So Tyson, like you said, will go to the line for 3. Last time we saw him fouled on a 3-point play, it was against Illinois Wesleyan a few weeks ago, and those free throws at the end of the game netted Wheaton a 1-point victory over the Titans.
Tyson made it a little more stressful than it needed to be, missing the first one, as he needed to make at least 2 of 3, and I jinxed him there as he misses the second right there.
You'd think after doing this all season, you and I would have learned to not talk about free throws while the Thunder are shooting, but we still seem to be making that mistake.
Happens every time.
That one good for Tyson Cruikshank.
When we don't talk, they go in. When we talk, they miss.
The Thunder now within 5. JT Welch to Lawrence. Back to JT Welch. Welch now to Bond. Bond tried to get it down to Lawrence, but a lot of miscommunication there. Williams wide open to TJ Askew, and Askew went along the baseline. It's going to be a foul. I'm not sure who against quite yet.
On Schroeder, they're going to call it a blocking foul, I believe, as Askew was going along the baseline, or just, they call it block. Schroeder kind of slid a little too much there. We'll get a substitution as Lawrence will come out. Ott will come back in.
Tyson inbounds it to Eli Constein, now to Andrew Williams. Cruikshank with it. Cruikshank back to Williams. Nice two-man play from Cruikshank and Williams.
They drop that out of bounds play so well, so Tyson can either go to the nearer corner or the far corner and look for a 3, but instead he curls around that screen, and then Andrew Williams smartly back cuts, and it's an easy look at the rim.
Ott gets Considine in the air, and Ott kind of looks like he was looking for a foul there, but is able to get 2 points still.
A nice up and under move by Ott there. Able to get Considine jumping for joy. And another foul called on the Big Blue. That's their 3rd this half.
I think that one was also against, that one was against Champaign this time.
Yeah, Tyson just the full head of steam, able to blow by Champaign. Another backdoor cut, unable to get that layup to go on the reverse side.
Trying to give the Big Blue a taste of their own medicine. Strotter from the corner, that one no good, rebound Chiavello. Both teams have really struggled shooting the ball from deep tonight. Considine now with it, Cruikshank. Now TJ Askew against Ott. Askew trying to use his speed, and another violation against the Big Blue.
Yeah, they're a very aggressive and scrappy team, but it leads to a bunch of fouls. And they've had 339 fouls on the year compared to their opponents only having just over 300. So we saw in the first half with the Big Blue getting into foul trouble early and Wheaton being in the bonus, not being able to take advantage of it. If they can do that this half, that'll be some easy free points with no time off the clock.
Tyson Cruikshank, mid-range pull-up is true.
Gosh, that's so smooth, and he leads the game now with 14 points on the night, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block.
Welch goes up, not able to put enough on it. Nick Chiavello rebound. Tyson Cruikshank cruising up the floor. Now to Eli Considine, wide open for 3. Eli Considine ties it up at 36.
That will be a definite timeout for the Big Blue. Thunder fans are on their feet. Considine with another big 3. Did that in the first half when it was needed. On the fast break in transition, we see Ott not knowing where his man was. Considine steps into an easy 3, buries it. We had a great angle on it. I knew that was in as soon as it left his hands. Considine coming up big on his senior night as well.
And with that, all it's taken is just under 4 minutes of play, and the Thunder are right back in this one, evened up at 36 points. Something I've noticed, Dalton, is we were talking pregame about how the teams that have had the most success against the Thunder this season are ones who are willing to play really physical and kind of maybe even put themselves in foul trouble, knowing that the Thunder just struggle against more physical teams. And while the Big Blue have played really physical this game, the Thunder have made great adjustments coming out of halftime and playing just a little bit more comfortably on their home floor right now, not letting the Big Blue control the script of this game quite as much as they did in the first half.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of the Big Blues' aggression by using their quick first steps to get past the defender. We've seen that with Askew and with Cruikshank the second half, where they're trying to, bait the defender to kind of play up a little bit more with a threat of shooting it from deep, but then just able to blow by them with a quicker first step by putting the ball on the ground. And by using their aggression, especially on backdoor cuts. We've seen that twice with Considine and with Williams the second half, where they're going to play up and pressure you off the ball. You got to be able to use that and see it, and then cut backdoor to have an open look at the rim.
Well, the Big Blue will have a chance to take a lead again after the Thunder have tied up the game. Bond now with it. Just inside the three-point line, working against Andrew Williams. Bond trying to create space, and he does, and that's another 2 points for DeMarcus Bond. The Big Blue retake the lead.
And he got to the middle of the paint there and was able to go either way, and got Williams drifted to his side and was able to go up and under.
Williams guarded by Welch. Now Tyson Cruikshank with it, who's guarded by Bond. Cruikshank step back three, no good, just a little too long, and Andrew Williams almost got in there to steal that rebound away. DeMarcus Bond is wide open underneath and blocked by TJ Askew. What a defensive play by Askew, and the Thunder with a chance here.
Bond got glassed there by Askew on that reverse.
Yeah, and Bond looked like he had an easy 2 points there, but Askew just flew in out of nowhere, and like you said, put it up against the glass. Shot clock at 5. Welch, deep three-pointer, and it's good.
Goodness.
Heat check from JT Welch.
He had a couple looks from deep earlier in the first half that we thought he was going to pull, and he finally pulls the trigger from about 5 feet behind the arc and buried it. But as a smaller player, you got to be able to shoot it from deep, and he's been doing that tonight.
Tyson Cruikshank now. Down to Williams, who's going against. Oh, wow, what a finish by Andrew Williams. I have no words. He was going against Welch and kind of fell into a beautiful shot and dropped in an easy layup. Well, at least Andrew Williams makes it look easy. Stevenson now. Ott not able to get that one to fall. Good defense from the Thunder.
Yeah, Considine forcing a big man into a fadeaway is always great defense right there, but a horrible turnover from Chiavello.
Stevenson now to Champagne. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson backs up, no good. Battle for the rebound is won by the Thunder. Chiavello jetting up the court. Chiavello thought about it for a second. Instead, back to Chiavello from Tyson, and Chiavello is fouled.
Be a foul. He got mauled.
That's an easy call for the referees. Ott and Champagne were there to meet
you could flip
Nick
a coin.
Chiavello.
You could flip a coin and assign a foul to either one of them.
Pick your poison, I suppose. Chiavello drops in the first.
And Wheaton slowly inching their way back to tying this game up. Already having 15 points in this second half to Millikin's 9.
Thunder will make some substitutions as well. Andrew Williams will sit. Micah Schneiders will enter. Nate Sock also getting ready at the scorer's table to enter at the next opportunity. Chiavello misses the second. So 2-point lead for the Big Blue. Thunder still looking to retake a lead that they haven't had since the very beginning of the first half. Stevenson with it. Now to JT Welch, who's guarded by Chiavello. Welch trying to create space with the dribble. Now DeMarcus Bond against TJ Askew. Now JT Welch.
This is just what happened last time. He was about to pull it from deep, but he's going to pass it off.
DeMarcus Bond working down low. I think TJ Askew might have got a hand on that, but good defensive stop either way from the Thunder. Tyson Cruikshank jetting. Corner, Nick Chiavello. That three-pointer's good! The Thunder retake the lead in King Arena for the first time since the very beginning of the first half.
It's a big three by Chiavello, wide open in the corner. That's what they got to look for. They're getting a lot of open looks in transition from deep. We've seen it with Considine twice, and Chiavello right there.
Travis now with the ball for the Big Blue. Now to Marcus Bond. Now to JT Welch. Welch pulls up mid-range. That one no good. TJ Askew was trying to get the rebound there, but Bond poked it out of his hands, and so the Thunder will get the ball.
Chiavello providing great minutes right there off the bench tonight. Beautiful three from Chiavello, and he'll head to the bench with some great time on the court. The coaching staff from Millikin is trying to get their team back into it.
Nate Sock is in the game for the Thunder. TJ Askew. Now Tyson Cruikshank with it.
McLean is all over him, but that's got to be a foul.
Yeah, that's it. They're calling for a jump ball, but
McLean says that was a jump ball, but we can see right there, I mean, it's hard to tell from that angle, but the way I saw it, it looked like his arms are right around Tyson's arms.
Looks like he was giving him a little bit of a hug there. So Tyson Cruikshank will go to the line for two. Tyson Cruikshank drops the first one in.
And with Milliken's next foul, that'll put Wheaton in the 1-and-1.
It's a great position for the Thunder to be in. Tyson makes both of his free throws.
I mean, if you get fouled and you shoot free throws for the next 12 minutes, I mean, that's a great position for any team to be in. But Wheaton just needs to make those free throws and take advantage of it.
Yeah. McLean now. Oh my goodness, what a block by TJ Askew, and fast break for the Thunder. Nate Sock goes in and drops in a layup. Big run for the Thunder there, the momentum firmly in the hands of Wheaton. And this arena and crowd is raucous.
Let's see a replay of this block. That looked personal. And you can just hear the fans going crazy in the background. Askew soaring up for another block.
And that'll be Askew's third on the night.
And Sock doing a great job in transition, keeping the ball high. Welch was kind of trying to go in and tip the ball out, but Sock using his height and positioning of the ball to have it high and go up strong.
TJ Askew has been unstoppable on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
Yeah, he's been mean mugging too. We saw him come out of that timeout with a little mean mug on his face. But with 3 blocks on the night, 1 glassed, another one base just tipped, and then that block right there was personal. We'll see what answer the Big Blue have on this offensive possession.
So there's Travis with it, now McLean. Now Welch.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
Yep, out of bounds, so the Thunder are going to get the ball right back. And with the chance to extend their lead even further, the Thunder bench ecstatic about that call. Both Jacob Schauer and Daniel Garza showing some joy for the Thunder.
Daniel Garza is the main bench hype man. He does a great job in the starting lineup announcements to get everybody hyped up, does the handshakes, but on the bench he gets his team rallied and energized.
Tyson Cruikshank, leading scorer for tonight's game, and he tries to get it down to Eli Considine. The ball's going to stay with the Thunder. Nick Chiavello is going to sub in to this one for Eli Considine.
Tyson was trying to fit that ball in an area that I didn't think anything could go through.
Yeah, he had a very tight window, and with the active hands of the Big Blue, it's just going to be hard to do that. Askew to Chiavello, just back in, and Chiavello no good, but Tyson Cruikshank,
what a
over the head pass to TJ Askew. Wow, Tyson Cruikshank, eyes in the back of his head to find his teammate TJ Askew for an easy 2.
And Millikin has no answer right now as a miscommunication on the backdoor cut. Throws it away.
Take a look at
what
that
a beautiful pass by Cruikshank. way to crash the boards too. Wheaton had 3 offensive players crashing the offensive glass. Cruikshank getting it and finding the open Askew right at the rim.
I don't think there could be a bigger contrast between the Thunder in the first half and the second. And Dalton's exclamation was because there was a wide open Micah Schneider's underneath. And okay, that's going to be a foul called against TJ Askew.
Yeah, we'll call that a charge.
Yeah, the crowd not happy about that one.
Yeah, McLean did a good job. I mean, he's a smaller guy, so he's going to get hit harder. But he did a good job beating Askew to the spot, getting his feet set outside of the restricted area and taking the hit like a champ. But as I exclaimed before, I saw Schneider's wide open at the block. He was jumping up and down for it. Just a second too late.
Chevello I don't think he really had an angle and really saw Schneider. So I think the call might have
they're gonna change
just
it to
been
a block.
changed.
Now I guess the ref that made the call higher up decided that he had a better angle. So now it's gonna be 2 free throws, and the Big Blue coaching staff is not happy as Coach Soderberg is looking for an answer.
I think a lot of the Big Blue are looking for an answer right now. We've got a conversation here on the floor near the free throw line, trying to deduce what was called, but it's going to stay as the call ended up being made here. So TJ Askew will go to the line after initially it looked like he was going to be called for an offensive foul.
Yeah, Coach Soderberg saying, how is it that we have 7 fouls called against us and 0 against Wheaton this half? And I mean, it's a fair point for him to be making.
It's a good question for sure.
But when Millikin is really scrappy and likes to have their hand in the cookie jar, it's easy to call fouls on a team that's being really aggressive compared to Wheaton, who kind of plays more, you know, positional defense and not too much with their hands.
So Askew will have a chance at the line here. And that first one and only one is good. So Thunder now with a 9-point lead, their largest of the game. This game has been a tale of 2 halves, like a lot of the Thunder's competitions have been this year. Strotter wide open after Schneiders loses his footing, but not able to finish. And Big Blue able to keep it alive. Welch, wow, what a play by Welch. He was balancing on his heel along the side, trying to keep the ball alive, but Nate Sock collects the rebound, and lots of contact between Nate Sock and Cole Lawrence down low.
Now Nate Sock's gonna head to the line. That's a big boy rebound right there by Sock, skying up, and Lawrence just kind of coming down on him, but Millikin is unable to get the lid off the basket as Wheaton's on a 14-0 run in the last 4 minutes.
I think it's only right that we give a rousing shout out to Nate Sock. He's only played a few minutes tonight, but in his minutes, he's been more than impactful. He had a great fast break layup and really providing a lot of energy on the defensive side of the ball. And Nate Sock makes the free throw after a friendly bounce.
And he has to laugh at that one because that didn't really look like it should have gone in, but he'll get the lucky bounce there. And as you said, Nate Sock's been providing great minutes, and he'll be one of the leaders on the team next year, as a lot of the Thunder starters, all the starters, and Andrew Williams off the bench are going to be leaving. So Nate Sock's going to have to, Nate Sock and Nick Chevello, Micah Schneider, those are going to be the 3 guys to look to next year.
Cole Lawrence able to corral it after almost going out of bounds, and
we hear a sarcastic clap from the Millikin bench about thank you for calling that foul on Askew. He kind of got his hand
he was
right on Lawrence's arm.
Just a little too eager there, and Askew's going to sub out here. Micah Schneider's is in, so the Thunder are going to run with a little bit smaller lineup. Frazier Ott is in for Cole Lawrence. Going to see Eli Constantine guarding him. Constantine's been tasked with guarding the Big Blues, 2 bigger forwards, both Ott and Lawrence tonight.
Yeah, that's been his assignment all season long, is guarding the big guys, because he's strong and pretty athletic, so he's able to guard the larger players.
Strotter trying to lose Schneider's off the dribble, but Schneider's playing great defense, but even better offense there from Strotter. Nice spin move into a clean jumper there for him.
Yeah, Schneider's did everything he could right there, but unable to make Strotter miss.
Nate Sock with the ball, top of the key. Now Nick Chevello. Eli Constantine thought about pulling there for a second. Instead, it's going to be Tyson Cruikshank.
Goodness.
Who drops in a deep 3-pointer, and across the gymnasium is Wheaton basketball alum Colin Vegas holding up the 3 fingers to signal that shot he knows all too well. Colin Vegas, a big contributor to the Thunder over the past couple seasons. Good to see him in the arena tonight supporting his former teammates.
Yeah, a bunch of past Thunder players in the gym tonight. Love the support that they show to this year's team.
This is Noah Livingston with the ball, sizing up the defense. Livingston escapes Tyson Cruikshank and gets a friendly bounce there on the finish down low.
And that'll make the run now just 19-4, so Millikin trying to figure out how they can spark their own run to answer this 10-point deficit they are facing.
Andrew Williams guarded by JT Welch. Now Eli Considine with it. Now Nick Chiavello, Tyson Cruikshank. Tyson kicks it out to Andrew Williams. Now Nick Chiavello, Nate Sock for 3. Oh, Nate Sock hits a big 3-pointer, and he's got a few words to say. Nate Sock.
The bench is loving it. I think he was just yelling to the bench saying, let's go, baby. And we're gonna get a foul on Cruikshank there.
Wow.
On the bench we saw Steve Schultz, Billy Durkin, and Daniel Garza just freaking out. See Garza already up with the 3s in his hand.
Nate Sock with 7 points on the night. He's been great. Livingston with the ball. Goes around. Schneider's nice dump off to Bond, who gets fouled on the way up. And that was a great effort there from Bond to move through the contact. He's going to get rewarded for it by 2 at the line.
And Sock with 7 points. That's his career high, season high. He's been great tonight.
Bond misses the first.
Shooting woes continue for Millikin this second half. A lot of missed field goals and now a missed free throw by Bond.
Bond makes the second. Andrew Williams now with the ball.
We're seeing a press now by Millikin. Probably a smart move by Soderberg and the Big Blue to provide a little pressure. Now we're seeing a 2-3 zone by the Big Blue. But Wheaton has been making a ton of threes. I don't know if that's the smartest move.
Got a lot of switching here, excuse me, for the Big Blue. Nate Sock, another 3. Oh, that one almost in. That almost would have been too good to be true. JT Welch now with it. Welch puts up a nice floater, no good, but gets his own rebound and puts it back in. JT Welch has been playing some great basketball tonight for the Big Blue. 10-point lead for the Thunder now. Andrew Williams now with it. Now Micah Schneiders.
Wheaton trying to set up their 2-3 offense. They got to get the ball to the high post on the elbow. They work the ball around, passing it. Yep, good pass to the short corner. Kick out.
Micah Schneider's 3-pointer, that one short. Fight for the rebound. Nate Sock and Andrew Williams were in there, but Strotter was able to come down with it. Strotter maneuvering. Strotter no good, but he's fouled.
This 2-3 defense by Millikin has caused a few miscues from the Thunder, but that last possession was really good, and an unfortunate foul there by Sock.
So Strotter with a chance at the line to cut this lead to single digits. And Strotter makes the first on a lucky bounce. Folks, we apologize for the crowd noise in the background. Just quite a raucous environment here in King Arena tonight. Strotter with the second, and that one's good as well. So Strotter cuts the Thunder's lead down to 8.
Football team unable to distract the free throw shooter.
Chiavello with the ball now, able to break the press.
That's a pretty simple press to break, just a soft 2-2-1 press. But now they just got to figure out how to work the ball around and pass it. Yep, that's great.
Oh, Eli Considine throws down a big old dunk
and Coach Schauer
to light up the crowd in King Arena.
So you got to work the ball to that elbow or the short corner. because then the defense just collapses and it leads to stuff just like that. Acrobatic finish on the dunk by Considine there. Coach Showers now going to call a timeout to set up something on the defensive side or work in some more plays off of that press and the 2-3 that the Big Blue are showing them. But still a 10-point lead for the Thunder with just over 7.5 minutes left to go in this one.
Yeah, that was an impressive adjustment in midair by Eli Considine. Just kind of snake his hands around the rim to throw that one down.
And he almost got caught in the air, almost got stuffed by the rim, but able to kind of lean back and get the ball above the rim. 2 dunks tonight, not something you usually see from the Thunder, but still exciting stuff here in King Arena. Fans are loving it, and the bench is loving it, and Coach Shower has to be pleased with the way his team has come out the second half and just dominate.
Yeah, the second half has been a completely different story for both teams. Yeah. The style of play that the Big Blue have relied on all game has just come to bite them a little bit. This moments where they've just been a bit unorganized and the energy has caused them to be just a bit discombobulated. Meanwhile, the Thunder have been able to settle in quite a bit more and just take advantage of the disorganization of the Big Blue as Strotter pulls up that one, no good. Fight for the rebound, collected by Andrew Williams. Tyson Cruikshank with a chance now. Ball in his hands, TJ Askew, and one! TJ Askew almost took out a group of cheerleaders there as he finished off of a nice pass from Tyson Cruikshank.
Yeah, that's just a great look. That's just a true point guard move to keep his head up on the fast break. Seeing Askew with his arm up saying, hey, throw me the ball, I have a great angle. And Askew taking 2 steps, going up strong against Ott, finishing at the rim and getting a chance to earn 3 points the hard way.
This second half has been just an exhibition of why this Thunder team is so dangerous and why they are in the top 10 in the country right now.
Yeah, something this Thunder team has that past teams didn't have as much is just being able to dig their heels in and play great defense in the second half when they're down and then work their way to making big runs as they have shown tonight.
Ott with it, trying to move against Considine. Was not able to get it going, tried to kick it out. Livingston now back down to Ott on the other block. Ott, nice little hook shot there from Ott, just able to kind of lightly push the ball in.
That was a pretty little post hook right there. Not something we see from basketball players nowadays, but still a really effective move and something I bet all the viewers are liking to see from the Big Blue.
Tyson Cruikshank against Bond. Cruikshank creates space. TJ Askew, corner 3, that one no good. Just short, Andrew Williams gets it in.
He'll be called for the foul on the rebound, pushing Welch under the hoop. See him trying to get in. A good box out by Welch. Smaller guy trying to push Williams back and able to draw the foul. Next foul on Thunder will lead to a 1-and-1 for the Big Blue. And Ott's going to head to the bench. I believe Drake Stevenson is checking in.
You'd be correct.
We haven't seen much from Stevenson tonight. 0 points, but he averages 10 on the season. So if Millikin's going to try to get back into this game, I think Stevenson needs to start scoring.
Livingston with it. Trying to size up Eli Considine and gets past him, and the ball sits on the heel of the rim for a moment there before finally dropping in. Andrew Williams now with the ball. He's guarded by Welch. Eli Considine with it against Stevenson.
Millikin's back to man defense after not the best attempts at 2-3.
Tyson Cruikshank, wizardry with the ball. Nick Chavello, no good. TJ Askew goes up for the rebound, not able to get it.
Yeah, strong board there by Stevenson, able to force Wheaton to miss a 3 there. Now get out in transition.
Strotter gets that one to fall and signals too small. Strotter did not get a lot of minutes in the first half, but he's been playing a lot more in the second, and it's been paying off for the Big Blue.
Yeah, Strotter played a little bully ball down there on the bigger Chavello and was able to just kind of get a little shove shot right over him. We'll get a timeout here by Millikin, I believe, because they're going to try to draw something up to stop Wheaton on the offensive side, and then probably some more plays to implement on the offensive side for the Big Blue as well.
Millikin clawing back here, refusing to let this game get too far out of hand. The Thunder have gone scoreless in the last about 2 minutes, whereas the Big Blue are on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, basketball's a game of runs, so we're seeing that pretty evident here tonight with Wheaton having the bigger of the two compared to Millikin's just 6-0 run as of now. But this second half has been so different for the Thunder. They've improved their shooting from the field by 27%, and they've made 33% more free throws than they did in the first half. So I think they're just able to embrace that contact, embrace the playing style that Millikin's thrown at them, and in the locker room we're able to make the right adjustments that we've seen in these first 15 minutes of the second half to really just try to shove it down Millikin's throat.
The Thunder, coming out of this timeout, will likely have just a few more adjustments to hope to quell this big blue run. The Thunder are going to get to start with the ball here, so they're going to get a chance on the offensive side.
We're seeing some soft pressure here by Livingston. Not really anything other than just saying, hey, I'm here. I'm going to play a little more tight defense on
TJ Askew against Stevenson. Now Andrew Williams is going to get double teamed. The trap there able to be escaped by Williams, and with the help of Cruikshank. Now back to Williams, who's down low, trapped once again.
Wow,
nice skip pass across the court. Oh, Nick Chiavello, nice pass. TJ Askew finishes off the assist from Nick Chiavello. Nice overhead pass from Chiavello to Askew, and Askew's been the recipient of a couple nice passes tonight, and he's made good on pretty much all of them.
Yeah, it's just great awareness by the Thunder, knowing where each player is going to be on the court and able to find the open man.
Livingston goes up, and Livingston is going to be fouled by Nick Chiavello.
Chiavello just a little slow there on the drive by Livingston. Tried to reach in there and try to poke it out on the rip through.
Yeah.
And that led him to be a step behind, and Livingston's going to go to the line for two now.
The football team they're doing their best to distract behind Livingston, and Livingston misses the first. So depending on your view of things, you could say that the Thunder football team was successful. Livingston with a chance to go 1 for 2 from the charity stripe.
Unable to get him to miss there. Football team causing some chaos in the stands.
Now Tyson Cruikshank with the ball, 8-point lead for the Thunder. Just over 4.5 minutes left to play in this one. TJ Askew, now to Eli Constein, now Tyson Cruikshank with it. Nice pass from Tyson to Andrew Williams, and Andrew Williams, that ball was just a breath away from falling in, but just kind of rides the rim.
Yeah, that was a great pass into Williams from Cruikshank, and then Andrew Williams knew exactly where the help was coming from and was able to go up immediately instead of hesitating, and draws the foul as Drake Stevenson was coming hard across the paint to try to rotate and play some help defense, and committed the foul. So that's good awareness by Williams to know where the help's coming from, see where the switch is going to be, and able to rise up quickly and draw the foul.
Strotter back in the game after a brief stint to rest his legs. And Andrew Williams goes perfect from the charity stripe on that trip. Thunder with a double-digit lead once again. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this contest. Livingston with it.
Oh my.
Great space from Chiavello, and Livingston, no good. Rebound, Andrew Williams.
A little flat on the jump shot from Livingston on a step back. It usually is the case because you're trying to force it to the hoop. Oh, shoot that.
Eli Considine thought about it for just a little too long. Instead, Eli Considine with his second dunk of the night, and the crowd loves it. The Thunder putting on a dunk contest for the senior night crowd.
He knew something I did not know there, that he was going to just go and rise up and two-hand slam it. What would you give that dunk?
I'd say that was a solid 8.
Okay.
Well, I would have loved to see a body underneath it,
yeah.
But all things considered, I'll give it an 8.
Two-hand finish. If he cocked it back just a little bit more, that would have maybe got that a 9 or a 10. I'm good with like a 7 or an 8 there.
Livingston rips through. Rebound, Tyson Cruikshank. Tyson Cruikshank now with it. Keeping track, getting the offense set up. The Thunder content to play a patient offense here. Tyson separating from Livingston. Tyson.
He wants it bad.
He does. Gets it to Chiavello instead. Chiavello goes in. Easy layup for Chiavello.
Yeah, all eyes were on Tyson there. Was able to get the ball to Chiavello. We're going to get a timeout by the Big Blue. That's just a great effort by Tyson, who was working to get his shot off. He wanted it badly, but able to hand it off to Chiavello, who was able to drive to the hoop, finish with his right hand. And that'll be Tyson's 11th assist on the night to go along with 19 points, leading the game with 19. We have 4 scores of the Thunder in double figures. Askew with 13, Considine with 12, and Williams with 11. Then Sock providing a great boost off the bench with 7 points of his own. That's where, I mean, if you have 4 scores in double figures at this level, it's hard to beat a team that has that. Yeah, it's hard when you just have scoring coming from every single side of the court.
So we've got 2 minutes and 51 seconds left on the clock. The Thunder with a 12-point lead. Dalton, what do you think the Big Blue could have coming out of this timeout?
They're definitely going to try to work the ball around and try to get, I think, Drake Stevenson a touch in the post and either kick it out to an open shooter from deep, because they need to start, making points in a hurry and getting stops on defense so they can work the ball out of Tyson and Askew's hands and trying to make another player beat them. That's what they need to do on the defensive side, but first they need to start scoring points on their offensive side. And no one's in the backcourt right now for the Big Blue. We're seeing Livingston now hustle his way over. But we'll definitely see some off-ball movement. And with the guards being as quick as they are, like Welch and Livingston, they're probably going to be the ones to take a shot on this possession.
Livingston has the ball. Now to Strotter, guarded by Micah Schneiders, and
oh my goodness,
we've got a foul against Micah Schneiders there.
It's just not a smart foul. It's a little ticky-tack right there as he came in with the hands, trying to just, let Strouder know that he's there.
Yeah, he was just kind of hand fighting with him a little bit, and so that'll send Strouder to the line with a chance to bring this game within 10 if he were to make both. Strouder makes the first. I think what I've realized, Dalton, is that if I talk about the other team's free throw shooters, they're going to make them. If I talk about the Thunder's free throw shooters, they're going to miss. So I think from this point forward, I think the best call for me is to just keep my mouth shut.
The home announcer's curse right there.
Strouder makes both of those, and so the Thunder now holding on to a 10-point lead here at home. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left here in this one.
We're seeing McLean come in for Welch. We might be seeing like a little defense-offense with McLean coming in for defensive purposes and then Welch coming back in on the offensive side.
Tyson Cruikshank sizing up, gets trapped, able to escape. TJ Askew,
oh my gosh.
Andrew Williams. Nice skip pass from Williams to Chiavello on the near side. Now TJ Askew, hand off to Tyson Cruikshank, back to TJ Askew. Now corner, Andrew Williams, three-pointer, no good. Rebound by the Big Blue. It's DeMarcus Bond now with it. Bond, corner, Livingston wanted it. Livingston now to Bond. Bond goes up, no good. Livingston, nice rebound. In traffic, Stevenson now for three. That one no good. Rebound TJ Askew and lots of contact on Askew.
Livingston there.
Goes out of bounds.
Now Askew, who is 5 of 8 from the free throw line tonight, is going to head to the line for 2 free throws, with Wheaton being in the double bonus as Millikin has 10 team fouls this half. So this is where the game's won right here. When you have a lead and you're going to keep going to the line, you just got to continue to make them to extend that lead, make Millikin continue to play from behind.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Dalton. TJ Askew makes the first.
And Welch coming back in for offensive purposes as Livingston's going to head to the bench with 4 personal fouls. We'll see if that'll be all we see of Livingston tonight. As Askew goes 2 of 2. 12-point lead for the Thunder. Minute 59 left to go as McLean's just letting the ball come up the court.
This game has just totally reversed itself after a first half where the Thunder were down by 11. At one point, it's now the point where the Thunder are up 13, and we've got a
jump ball. Will be Millikin ball underneath.
Yep. Bond and Considine both got tangled up, fighting for that rebound. So Bond is going to inbound for the Big Blue. Welch driving in. Welch tries to scoop it, no good. Rebound, Nick Chiavello. Nick Chiavello fighting through Stevenson. Chiavello.
Smart of him to pull it out. Didn't really have much and wants to waste as much clock as they can. Now Millikin's going to play the fouling game. Yep. Down 12 with a minute and a half left to go, and Askew's not the guy you really want to send to the line right now. Hopefully that didn't do anything with me saying that. We'll find out, but.
Well, if you're a Thunder fan, you can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief because all of their guys on the floor right now are pretty consistent from the line. Not going to be a situation where you expect all of them to go completely cold, as TJ Askew makes the first.
If you're going based off of stats, you want Considine to take every single free throw because he shoots 84% from the line. So they'll probably try to work the ball to him or Askew or Tyson most of the time when they know Millikin's going to foul, and Askew misses the second of the two. Probably see a quick three here by Big Blue.
Yeah, and that's Strotter with that quick three, like you said, and Eli Considine collects it, and Considine's going to get fouled this time.
Now Considine can add on to his excellent senior night after having a season-high 22 points in the last game the Thunder played. He has 12 tonight. Misses the first there.
And Eli Considine makes the second. So 14-point lead now for the Thunder. Once again, we're going to see some quick offense from the Big Blue. JT Welch sizing up. McLean now working against Tyson Crookshank. McLean goes up and gets it to go. What a finish from Jaden McLean.
You know, crazier things have happened, but Coach Soderberg and the Big Blue are going to call timeout here to set up a press in which they can try to get the steal right away, and if not, try to, you know, foul as quickly as they can with the least amount of time coming off the clock. And knowing the press will come, Coach Shower's trying to draw something up to break the press or have someone flash in the corner and then flash at the high part at half court to work the ball around. But Wheaton just needs to be sure of the passes they make here. They need to be confident and make strong, hard passes because Millikin can get in the passing lanes really easily and have active hands. So Wheaton needs to be strong with the ball here and not let Millikin create a turnover.
Andrew Williams, contact with Bond. We're going to see here. I don't know if they're going to say that was a foul.
No, they just called it out on Bond. Bond just kind of got his hand in there first. Chiavello can still run the baseline, I believe, off of the make.
Eli Considine with it, and he's going to get fouled.
And this is just stat padding time.
Yep.
That foul will go on McLean, I believe. That'll be his fourth as well.
Yep.
But at this point, it doesn't really matter. He's got to get fouls in.
Nope.
But McLean, who's a good shooter, you know, you got to keep him in the game. He can't be the one to foul out if he's going to be creating offense for the Big Blue.
Eli Considine makes the first 13-point lead for the Thunder. Eli Considine misses the second. JT Welch gonna jet up the court here. Welch, deep three. That one is good. Wow. JT Welch bringing it within 10. Eli Considine is gonna have it again. Considine's gonna go back to the line.
He's like, all right, let's make 2 of 2 this time. It's a deep 3 by Welch. Just wanted to say that he has been pulling from deep without hesitation. He's 2 of 3 from deep tonight, and both of his makes have come from well beyond the arc. He has 12 points on the night, right around what he averages on the season at 13.
Yeah, JT Welch, sophomore guard out of Bloomington, Illinois, only 5'10", but he has just been playing great basketball tonight, and it's going to be a player to watch.
And that might be a generous 5'10", too.
Yeah, player to watch for Millikin for sure for the next couple seasons. He's leading the team in scoring and just has a lot of weapons in his arsenal. Constantine was able to make both, so the Thunder back to a 12-point lead.
And Wheaton shooting 78% from the free throw line this second half, 50% in the first, so tale of 2 different halves. That's what we saw the last time the Thunder faced the Big Blue, with Thunder outscoring the Big Blue in the second half by 10 to win that game in Decatur. And then this game in the second half, Wheaton putting up 53 points and a half. That is a lot right there, and outscoring Millikin by 19.
So we've got 58.4 seconds left here in this one. The Thunder are going to do their best to hold on to their lead. Millikin would need quite a turn of events to come close.
Yeah. We're going to see Tyson probably put a little pressure to make McLean pick up the ball earlier and have them not roll it all the way up. He's just going to let it roll a little bit up and probably till half court.
McLean jets past Tyson Cruikshank and gets another 2 points. Andrew Williams fouled by Stevenson, and
that'll be all we see of Drake Stevenson tonight. He'll be fouling out with 0 points, 6 rebounds, and four steals on the night. It's not the performance we thought we would get from Drake Stevenson, and not the performance Millikin thought they'd get as well. Just a really tough night for him. But he's a heck of a player, and he's young as well. He's just a sophomore, so with Welch and Stevenson being sophomores, the team is in good hands for the next few years.
Yeah, definitely going to be a team to watch. They've got a lot of energy, a lot of athleticism. Andrew Williams makes the first. And Williams makes the second.
When you have your 4 seniors, having 64 of your 80 points, it's hard for any team to beat when you have 4 guys putting up that many points.
Chavello with the rebound. Chavello kind of waiting there to get fouled, and they finally do. That'll be against Bond.
And the Thunder crowd's letting Millikin hear it as they're saying, like, hey, there's 40 seconds left. You're down 12. You're going to keep playing this game, or we're going to go to the line, make a couple free throws, and keep going back and forth. But they're just hoping that Wheaton can miss at the line.
Yeah. Chavello off the front of the rim on the first free throw attempt. Wheaton's got Tyson Cruikshank and Andrew Williams both back, keeping an eye on Strotter. And Nick Chavello makes the second. So JT Welch,
he'll probably pull up.
jetting up in deep 3. Oh my goodness! JT Welch has got a cannon on him. And Bond with the steal.
Pass.
Strotter, another 2 points. 8-point game.
Chavello throw it ahead to Askew. Yeah, that's just a great call.
JT Welch is going to foul TJ Askew.
Williams kind of got surrounded there and was nervous at the 5-second call. And kind of threw it away to Bond. But then Chavello and Askew made eye contact. And look at that deep 3 by Welch.
I mean, he
heaved it.
Wasn't even close to his own bench.
Yeah.
He was just inside the logo.
Right around right like a step in from the volleyball line.
And he didn't bank it either. He just made it look easy.
8 points. Another miss at the free throw line by the Thunder. crazier things have happened. But they just need to tidy it up at the free throw line, especially in King Arena.
Especially against CCIW opponents in King Arena.
So let's see if he goes 2 for 2 from deep. Oh, he's not going to do it.
JT Welch goes up. Andrew Williams collects the rebound, and
we're going to get a timeout, and we're going to see a senior check-in. Daniel Garza. Coach Schauer wanted him to come in, and everybody's loving it. Daniel Garza is just such a great guy. He's a great glue guy on the team, provides awesome energy on the bench, and his time at Wheaton has been great. His parents are here for senior night, having a chance to honor him. We see a fat head of Daniel Garza in the student section. They got to get the ball to him. Yep. Consign's like, hey, I want to get you the ball, get you to the line.
Yeah, Daniel Garza is really the heart and soul of this Thunder team. Great to see him getting on the court here on senior night.
Let's throw an inbound lob to Daniel Garza and have him rise up for it. Yep. Oh my God.
Gets it poked away.
He wanted to go to the line bad, but good hands there by Strotter. Give it to him again. Give it to Garza again. Send him to the line. Let him get some free throws up. And I don't think Millikin really wanted a foul called right there.
They seem a little confused.
Now they're just smiling. That'll be on Strotter, I believe, his third. Doesn't really matter anymore what the fouls are at. See if Welch will pull up from deep again. I want to see that. I want to see if he can go 2 for 2 from the volleyball line.
I'm sure he will. 10-point lead once again for the Thunder.
Yeah, Williams is putting the finishing touches here on the Big Blue here at home. This win will get Wheaton to 11-2 in the CCIW. I believe a game ahead of North Park if North Park was to win tonight. Don't know the score of that, but they're still a game ahead. Another deep three. Oh no! I wanted Tyson to get that so bad. Tyson Cruikshank, 1 rebound away from a triple-double, but a Wheaton win nonetheless.
What a great end to the Wheaton Thunder men's basketball senior night. Daniel Garza, a beloved member of this team, getting to see the floor in the closing moments. The Thunder turn around after going into halftime down 7 points, end up escaping, more than escaping, excuse me, with a victory here in King Arena in front of an excited home crowd, winning by a comfortable 11 points. We're going to hear from Coach Mike Schauer in just a moment. He's going to get a chance to talk with my co-broadcaster Dalton Van Esselson about tonight's exciting win against the visiting Big Blue.
I'm on the floor here with Coach Schauer. Coach Schauer, what a way to finish off senior night with a win here tonight at home.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they really bother us until we kind of get, we struggled there for a long time. We struggled here. I thought we looked really tight. I think it's both senior night. You got a chance to do something special this season. I just thought we were almost holding it too tight. So you just try to tell them to relax, have fun. It's just a college basketball game. We're all going to live. Just relax and try to have fun. And I thought we did a much better job in the second half to just settle down and get it done. This is a really special group of seniors. I think we're now 53-11 or something like that in the last 3 years, including the truncated COVID year. This team's won a lot of basketball games, and there's not a lot of quit in this team. We just keep fighting. I'm proud of them. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach Schauer. Wheaton gets a win here tonight, home at senior night against Millikin. They'll face North Central next Wednesday, and then next Saturday they'll be home again against Carroll University. Then the final game of the season will be at Elmhurst, and they move to 11-2, first place in the CCIW. For WTSN and Josh Beisel, I'm Dalton Van Esselson. Have a good night.